John, Abraham, Joseph, and Isaac Bowman were Virginia militia officers in the American Revolutionary War. In 1779, they led 30 pioneer families to Madison County, Kentucky, and established Bowman's Station. Later, the brothers helped them establish and settle in Fayette County permanently. They were legends, admired and respected by fellow settlers for their courage and bravery. This handcrafted bourbon whiskey is a tribute to those four heroic brothers. As I always say, every whiskey has a story. This is Bowman Brothers' story. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Whiskey. Now, you've heard the story, and let's see how it tastes like. We always do only 3 kinds of tasting in my channel, whether is it sip worthy, ice worthy, or shot worthy. Those are the only 3 ways I judge, because despite of what you are, who you are, that's probably only the 3 things that you would consider drinking whiskey with. You don't want to sit with somebody and analyze the each and every notes of whiskey. You just want to know, is it good to drink on the ice or the neat or a shot? Let's try that out. This is 45% alcohol, considerably a 5% more than the usual whiskey, which is 40%. And it is also made in Virginia, but the label says Virginia Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Bourbon is generally called for the whiskeys that are made using corn, and it should be made in Kentucky. But there is always few exceptions who take the ideology, and I kind of represent that, we've used the same method and the formula, but we just don't make it in Kentucky. That being said, let's try it out. Yes, it smells like whiskey. It's considerably very smooth for a 45% alcohol whiskey. You can still get that sweet aftertaste considering it's a bourbon. Let's see how it goes on the rocks. I always suggest you use a big rock of ice instead of pieces, because that's going to dilute it more and you will probably drinking more water than whiskey. In case if you want to really explore the taste, if you don't have big block of ice, instead of putting multiple blocks of ice, just use 1 or 2 pieces of ice if it is smaller. So whatever works for you. Cheers. Wow, this is actually very great on the rocks. It's very smooth on the rocks. I mean, I wouldn't say this is the smoothest of all, but I would get it any day on the rocks instead of neat. Okay, let's see how it goes with the shots. And I know I'm more excited about the shot because that's my first option, just to make sure that I get the edge off and then I start sipping. Cheers to that. Shot is going to be a little difficult. It's not as smooth as it is on the rocks when you do the shots. And I said the same thing. Even on the neat, it is smooth, but not very smooth. It kind of gives you that little bit of slight burning sensation when it goes down, whenever you're having it neat. And also as a shot, which is stronger and a shorter version of the neat, but you take a big gulp. Whereas on the rocks, I would definitely recommend it. It is great on the rocks. It is smooth. It gives you that sweet aftertaste. And despite of being 45% alcohol, it is not going to be very harsh on you or in your tongue or in your mouth. But the way to go is on the rocks. There you go. That's my Bowman Brothers review. Let's talk next week with some other interesting whiskey.